I am sorry, but a response of this length, and my heart a doleful drumbeat, resounding with echoing, through the hollowed halls of Linnéuniversitetet. I came here with dreams as vivid as the autumn leaves that I envisioned lectures that would ignite my passion, professors who would challenge and inspire me. Instead, I found myself adrift in a sea of oparsity. The university, a grand facade, promised innovation and change. But behind the curtains, it was as if the vibrancy of the course's material was a mere illusion. Lectures were read from scripts, devoid of the vivacity and depth I yearned for. The professors, shackled by their own self-importance and faux research, left me feeling more lost than found. My journey began with hope, a naive belief that my degree from Linnéuniversitetet would be my golden ticket. But as I walked through the campus, the reality of my decision slowly dawned on me. Students shuffled past, their eyes vacant, a clear reflection of the education they were receiving. The classes, overcrowded and understaffed, were a testament to Linnéuniversitetet's failure to prioritize its students. Assignments were group efforts, yet not all hands were eager to contribute. The burden of knowledge and grades fell disproportionately on the few who actually cared about their education. This was not collaboration. This was exploitation, veiled in the guise of group work. The disinterest of the faculty was palpable. Questions were met with disdain, a clear indication that teaching was, but let me dissect the anatomy of this educational travesty. When a professor stands before a class, detached and indifferent, it sends a message to every student that their curiosity, their very presence in that lecture hall, is insignificant. The dissemination of knowledge becomes secondary to the self-gratifying echo of their own publications within the curriculum. It's a cycle of self-congratulatory futility, a performance for the sake of the university's reputation. The design of the program was flawed. It promised a future of innovation and change, but in practice, it was a funnel that led to a dead end, with graduates often finding themselves unqualified for the jobs they were passionate about. The degree had become a cruel joke, a piece of paper that might as well have been a receipt for all the time and money wasted. My personal experience was a series of unfortunate events that culminated in a final seminar for aspectacle that the examiner, seemingly unprepared, failed to adhere to the instructions that were meant to guide the discussion. The opposition, also unprepared, veered off course, disregarding the rules that were meant to ensure a fair and constructive critique. I was left with no choice but to stand up, to desperately try to steer the ship back on course. But the damage was done. The seminar, intended to be a culmination of years of study, instead, became a farcical display of incompetence. As I reflect on my time at Linnéuniversitetet, I am struck by the stark contrast between the initial promise and the ultimate reality. The university's physical location in Växjö, once a beacon of hope, now feels like a cruel joke. The town, once a symbol of potential, now feels like a cage. Its quietness, once a source of respite, now weighs heavily on my spirit. The administrative issues were the sour cherries on top of this decaying sundae. Grades were late, missing, incorrect, each one a testament to the university's.
Businesses near Linnéuniversitetet feel like they were designed by someone who hates joy and has a PhD in squeezing coins out of your pocket, while you are still trying to figure out where the front door is. Everything looks tidy on the map, but once you step inside any shop, cafe, cinema, hotel, or bookstore, you quickly learn the local rule: you pay premium, you receive minimum, and if you dare to complain, the staff will treat you as if you interrupted a royal coronation. Cinemas near the campus, for example, behave more like experimental tax laboratories than places to watch a film. Filmstad in Växjö greets you with ticket prices that climb higher depending on how close you sit to the center of the screen. A pricing idea so creative you half expect them to charge extra for breathing near the projector. Families walk in expecting a relaxing evening and walk out 70 minutes later with sore backs. Watered-down cola, popcorn that tastes like salty foam, and the haunting memory of 20 minutes of car commercials that played after the advertised start time. One father told me his kids were ushered into a teen-rated movie without an ID check. So the scary scenes came with a free side order of childhood trauma. Another guest tried to show Swedish tax ID to prove age, but the staff froze like deer in headlights and refused entry anyway, leaving the couple standing outside in the February cold wondering if the cinema actually wanted customers or just enjoyed collecting cancellation stories. When you need a bed for the night, the hotels near Linnéuniversitetet act as if they are doing you a personal favor by letting you inside. PM Venner markets itself as the premium choice, yet the premium experience seems to include food poisoning, broken bathtubs, showers with the water pressure of a sleepy garden hose, and receptionists who forget how to say hello. One woman spent the entire night vomiting on the carpet after eating the restaurant's fish management, suggested she probably just caught the flu somewhere else and refunded only the meal, not the ruined pajamas or dignity. Another guest paid extra for a room with a jacuzzi, discovered the tub was out of order, received no compensation, and was told to walk to another floor if he wanted to bathe like a common traveler. At checkout, the blonde clerk argued that close to the lift is a matter of opinion, sending the tired guest on a corridor hike worthy of an orienteering course. Even ordering plain tap water in the restaurant can trigger a bill, because apparently filtering city water is now a luxury service worth 38 krona, a price that makes you wonder if the pipes are lined with gold or simply with confidence. Bookshops around campus look scholarly until you try to buy something. Then the shelves reveal a thin selection, and the price tags feel like practical jokes. Akade Mibikundelen, the big name in town, once doubled the price of a textbook overnight without updating the shelf label. So students grabbed what they thought was a 700 krona book and got surprised at the register when the total approached the price of a used moped. When the mistake was pointed out, the staff refused to apologize, presumably because saying sorry is not listed in the computer system. Other shoppers report staff who answer, "We do not have it," before checking, leaving you to wonder if the books are hiding or if the employees simply enjoy the power of negative prophecy. Even buying coffee becomes a gamble. Gerda's tea och cafe handle smells like a warm caramel dream when you walk in, but the beans on the wall can be older than some of your course credits. One customer brought home a bag of salted caramel coffee that turned out to be stale, brewed a cup the next morning, and gagged so hard the neighbor thought someone was starting a lawnmower inside the apartment.
The shop keeps its beans in open metal tins that look vintage and romantic until you realize oxygen and light have been aging the coffee like a cheap reality show. No refund was offered, only the quiet suggestion that next time the buyer should trust their nose before trusting the fancy chalkboard menu. Art lovers hoping for inspiration at Växjö often leave feeling as though they paid to watch someone photocopy the 1960s while whispering how rebellious it all is. The curators claim to champion young female artists, yet the results look like emotionless duplicates of half-century-old experiments, hung under cold spotlights that emphasize the emptiness. One visitor described the experience as a museum of déjà vu for people who never experienced the first version, which is a polite way of saying you could achieve the same cultural uplift by staring at a blank wall and reading the Wikipedia page for feminism. The pattern is so consistent it feels orchestrated. You walk in hopeful, you walk out poorer, slightly bruised, and questioning basic life choices.
Businesses near Linnéuniversitetet, some of them are not so honest. Like there was this small grocery store where tourists got tricked. The cashier would say the card machine is broken, only cash accepted, but then they take your card anyway and charge extra, like double. And the tourist, they do not notice until later when they see the bank statement. What happened next? Probably the tourist felt so stupid, and angry. Maybe they went to police, but police here, they do not always help fast. The cashier, probably still working there, doing same thing to others. Another thing, shops near Linnéuniversitetet, sometimes they switch prices. You see one price on the shelf, but at the counter it is higher. And if you complain, they say, "Oh, mistake," but still make you pay. I saw this happen to a girl buying chocolate. She was so happy, then so confused. What happened next? She paid because she was shy, and then she left feeling cheated. Shopkeeper probably laughed after she left. Also, some stores, they sell fake things like fake souvenirs, but say it is real Swedish handmade. Tourists buy, then later find out it is cheap junk from who knows where. What happened next? The tourist cannot return it because the store says no refunds. And the store keeps doing it because tourists come and go, they do not stay to fight. It is sad, Linnéuniversitetet is nice, but some people here just want to take from visitors. I hope you are smarter than those tourists, but if it happens to you, do not feel bad. It is not your fault.